me a little bit about yourself. Where do you come from?
I come from Elim Hospital, which is called Waterval. I was born, but before I went to Waterval, I was born at the farms, but then we moved to Elim, where then I grew up, went to school while I was at Elim, started working while I was at Elim. That's where I'm from.
And when did you get into tourism?
First, before I get into tourism, after my matric between 1993-94, I started working at the petrol station, petrol station. Before I embarked on the tourism, I worked there. While I was working there, I met one of the owners owning Shiluvare by then, and then that's where they recruited me to work with them. That was my start of the tourism. So I went there, started working with them in 1996 for a very long time, up to 2013-14. So at Shiluvare Lakeside Lodge, that's where I started my tourism, because I went there, worked there it was difficult. It's just like a past matric, but I did not do any other thing in terms of tourism or hospitality industry. But they did a good job. And then I started at housekeeping when I was there, and then I've been trying to take some small tourism to help me upgrade while I was there. And then slowly I came into tourism with the tour operators while they were coming at Shiluvare, and then until promoted to be a general manager there at Shiluvare. That's why I started my tourism.
Wow, so you've worked your way up. And of all the jobs that you've had in tourism, what is the job that you've enjoyed the most?
All the jobs I've been doing, I'm working a hospitality manager, where currently I am, but I'm enjoying this job more than any other job.
And tell me why. What is it about the job that you love?
Working in the tourism industry, it makes you connect with people. You know things about around the world, know different culture of people, and you learn a lot while you're in tourism, not only about people, culture, but with all natural a conversation and everything. So it's a lot of things which you enjoy when you are working.
And the people that work with you, how are they experiencing the lockdown at the moment? Are they still working?
Honestly speaking, the lockdown has affected us a lot in terms of salaries. People are not getting any salaries, except that they get TERS, UIF TERS, yeah. So a lot of families have been affected. I've got 23 staff members who have lost their income.
How many of them are women and single women supporting families?
Most of our staff are having families. It's not like they have, most of them, they are supporting families. So 23 staff members, including myself, we are 24. So we are all supporting families. So we're on hard now. It's affecting us. It's really getting out of hand. We don't know when will this end, if this lockdown will ever have end, because in terms of, we're watching every day on tourism, they're not opening, they're not telling us, they're telling us, and there's a lot of restrictions on regarding the opening and so on. Though we are trying to follow the protocols of what is needed on the tourism side, but it seems like it's still difficult that they should open for us, for restaurants. It's unfortunate you can't see my tables. You'll see it's a big hall where I'm sitting with a lot of tables which were supposed people to be sitting, and the bar is closed. So you can imagine.
And with how do you explain that to your staff? What do you say to your staff who are feeling disheartened or disillusioned because they don't know when things are going to reopen? How do you keep their spirits up?
We are trying our best to speak, make sure that we have communication all the time with our staff, though they are at home. Some other times we call them to come and just come and clean up around the lodge so that it fallen into pieces completely. So by that time when they are here, that's where we're able to speak to them. Because when they come in teams. So it gives us a chance to speak to them, explain how things are, where are we now up to, depending on the government, what they're saying regarding the opening and so on.
Tell me a little bit about the property, the place that you work at. What is it? What do you love about it?
Hakwe Lodge is where I am working now. It is situated 90 kilometers east of Hlungwani. It is built at the Mamaila Kuna Community Village and owned by the Traditional Authority of Mamaila Village. It is a community-owned lodge, opened officially by the previous minister, Derek Hanekom, in 2015. It's a good lodge, 4-star lodge, nice looking. Nahakwa Lodge is one of the places which was mentioned during the sauna in February by the Minister of Tourism. So we were looking forward to a lot of things this year after the sauna and so on. So now everything's back to zero, back to one. We have to start again. Our community is worried now that they cannot come to other cities, they cannot come until we are officially opened. So that's what is it.
Tinyiko, you were talking a little bit earlier about protocols and putting in place the necessary protocols to keep your staff and your guests safe. So if I was a staff member of yours or I was a guest, what would you say to me to make me feel confident that by visiting you, I will be safe?
If you come as a visitor, first of all, as soon as you come into the entrance at the gate, we have trained our staff. The previous weeks we've been visiting all our staff all departments, starting from security, maintenance, everyone. So there's no one staff who doesn't know on what to do, how to welcome people, the temperature taking when they arrive. So that shows that as soon as you arrive, starting from the gate and to the reception, you will get the treatment that shows that we are ready to operate and you are on safe hands.
For you personally, Tinyiko, why is tourism important to you and to your family?
To me, it's very important because apart from my starting of working at the petrol station, I grew up inside tourism. I am tourism. I eat tourism. Everything is tourism me. So to me, I don't know how to pinpoint it. So it is important because I put on the table because of being in tourism.
And your advice for other women at the moment who have been affected by the lockdown, who are not receiving a salary, who work in tourism, what would you say to those women to inspire them?
They mustn't lose hope. We believe that this virus will pass. What they need to do is to be strong and try to come up with new ideas on how they can create small businesses for themselves, help each other on coming up with plans or small businesses with other women or maybe small groups on what to do.
And if I said to you today that you could speak to the ministers in the high corridors of power, you could speak to the president, what would you say to them today?
If it's today, I will first ask the president or the minister of tourism to first open everything that has been locked down, which has been closed for tourism. With it being closed now, we have lost many jobs. Some other people might have died because of this. They are not getting salaries, they're not getting food or anything. If I have to speak to the minister direct or president, I'll ask them to look at this matter in a good way. They are creating problems by locking up and then not opening and putting heavy restrictions, no alcohol selling, because if they say we mustn't sell alcohol in restaurant, we think that the way that we could make money. So they must come up with some ideas of making this easy for people to able to work and put food on the table.
What do you think the future holds? What do you hope for the future?
I'm hoping for the best and a positive outcome for the future.
How would you encourage me as a young person to get involved in tourism?
Tourism is very broad, and we can work in many different ways and finally connect into tourism. So I'll encourage people that if maybe you're a young lady, you can start something like maybe doing sewing of traditional clothing. You can sell to tourists when they come, or create cultural groups which people can be entertained when they come, or local foods and stuff. So I would say young people mustn't give up, and they must still they must look tourism as one of the opportunities in life.
Thank you, Tinyiko. That's brilliant. Will you tell me why you are proudly tourism? Why we say I am tourism. So tell me a little bit about why you are proudly tourism.
Like I said, I grew up inside tourism. I keep on saying that I am tourism, and then I'll remain tourism. And I want people to be positive. Everyone tourism to be positive. This month we're on Women's Month. I'll encourage our women to help each other and be strong, and they must talk to each other. During this lockdown, we have seen a lot of very scary regarding brutally killed by their loved ones, as well as children. So it is part of which I'm so worried about, and I'm saying to our women that they mustn't keep quiet. If there are any other problems in their houses, they must talk to friends and family members to help each other, so that people mustn't find themselves that we lose them in a bad way. To all staff in tourism, to hold thumbs up that things will get back normal. All we need to do is just to be positive, and then we pray that our government can open things for us back again to normal, so that we can able to feed our families.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a good week. Bye.